You may not feel it happening, but every time you raise a glass after age 65, your body could be reacting in ways you never imagined. What once felt like a harmless drink to unwind, to celebrate, or to socialize might now be silently disrupting your sleep, straining your liver, clashing with your medications, and even speeding up memory loss or heart issues. Startling, yes, but necessary to know, especially if you value every healthy year ahead. Alcohol after 65. What you drink now matters more than ever. As we age, our body's ability to handle alcohol changes dramatically. Our liver slows down, our tolerance drops, and our nervous system becomes more sensitive. According to studies published in The Lancet Public Health, even moderate drinking in older adults is linked to a 35% higher risk of cognitive decline compared to non-drinkers. That's right, 1 or 2 drinks that once seemed harmless might now be doing serious damage behind the scenes. Some alcoholic beverages still carry a reputation for being light-safe or even heart-healthy. But for seniors, the story is often very different. Certain types of alcohol can worsen dehydration, raise blood pressure, impair balance, and dangerously interfere with medications. In this video, you'll learn the 4 types of alcohol seniors should avoid and discover healthier alternatives that let you enjoy life without putting your well-being at risk. So stay with me until the end, because the #1 worst alcohol one that's still being recommended by some health magazines might be quietly sabotaging your brain and heart without you even realizing it. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you never miss health tips created specifically for you. If you're enjoying this already, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me how I can make it better for you. Let's begin with the first on our list. 1. Hard liquor, too much, too fast, too dangerous. A neat glass of whiskey, a celebratory shot of vodka, a quiet sip of rum after dinner. For many, these are not just drinks. They're habits, traditions, maybe even comfort. But what your body tolerated in your 40s or 50s may now be pushing it to the edge in your 60s and beyond. Why? Because after 65, your liver works slower, your tolerance drops, and your central nervous system becomes more sensitive. Alcohol, especially in its most concentrated forms like whiskey, vodka, and rum, hits harder and lingers longer. What used to relax you can now impair you before you even realize it. The line between a drink and too much becomes razor thin. That one shot you once shrugged off, it can now cause sudden dizziness, unsteady balance, sharp drops in blood pressure, and most dangerously, falls. And here's the scary truth. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death among adults over 65 in the U.S. Hard liquor also dehydrates you more intensely than other alcoholic drinks, and dehydration in older adults makes everything worse. Dry skin, constipation, kidney stress, and cognitive fog all become more likely. But perhaps the most overlooked risk of hard liquor is how it interacts with medications. If you're taking blood pressure medicine, antidepressant sedatives, or even something as common as aspirin, mixing them with hard liquor can lead to confusion, irregular heartbeats, respiratory depression, and in severe cases, hospitalization. You may not feel it right away, but over time, this repeated strain on your liver and nervous system builds up. That short-term fog turns into long-term cognitive decline. So, while a stiff drink might seem like a well-earned reward, it can come at a high cost: your clarity, your safety, and your independence. This isn't about judgment. It's about protecting the years you've worked so hard to enjoy. And unfortunately, hard liquor isn't the only hidden danger. Some drinks don't burn going down, but what they do inside your body can be even worse. 2. Cheap, sweet wines, a sugar trap in disguise. Let's move to a drink that wears a sweeter, softer disguise. Dessert wines, wine coolers, and cheap sweet wines. They don't sting like liquor. They go down smoothly. Their fruity aroma feels festive, warm, familiar. For many older adults, these drinks are favorites at holidays, dinners, or even as a quiet evening ritual. But behind the pleasant taste hides a serious problem: sugar and lots of it. Most commercially made sweet wines and coolers aren't just about grapes. They're pumped with added sugars, artificial flavors, chemical preservatives like sulfites. What's the problem? For older adults, especially the 1 in 4 over 65 with diabetes, that sugar spike can be a disaster. Here's what can happen. Rapid blood glucose elevation, followed by fatigue, blurry vision or irritability, long-term nerve damage, eye problems, and increased risk of heart disease. Sulfites, often added to extend shelf life, are another hidden enemy. They've been linked to headaches, respiratory irritation, and inflammation, especially in older adults with asthma or reduced lung function. Add in the acidity of these wines, and you've got a perfect storm. Tooth enamel erodes faster. Acid reflux flares up, and your gut takes a beating. You pay a price for that sweetness, not just in calories, but in digestive issues, inflammation, and cardiovascular strain. And the worst part? These drinks often give a false sense of safety because they seem light, sweet, and sociable. But if sugar is the sneaky culprit here, what about beer, the so-called friendly drink you may want to brace yourself? Because what's coming next might change the way you look at that cold bottle forever. 3. Beer. Especially light. Beer. Not as light as you think. Beer has a certain nostalgic pull, doesn't it? A backyard barbecue, a game night with old friends, a casual drink at the pub. For decades, it's been a symbol of relaxation and togetherness, and among alcohol options, light beer is often viewed as the safest, lower in alcohol, easy on the palate, socially accepted. But behind its mild buzz and golden glow lies a long list of problems, especially for the aging body. Here's what most don't realize. Light beer is still loaded with carbohydrates, especially refined starches. These sugars are quickly broken down by your body, spiking your blood sugar and encouraging belly fat, which is a direct risk factor for heart disease and type 2 diabetes. It also contains purines, which can raise uric acid levels, a common cause of gout and joint inflammation in seniors. And don't forget the preservatives and carbonation, which can irritate your stomach, cause bloating, and make acid reflux worse. So while that can of beer might feel light in your hand, its impact on your aging metabolism can be heavier than you think. We've already covered hard liquor, sweet wines, and beer, but the #1 worst alcohol for seniors is still ahead. It's a drink that's shockingly still featured in health magazines as good for your heart. Make sure you stick around to learn the truth and discover healthier, safer alternatives that allow you to enjoy life without compromising your well-being. We just uncovered how beer, despite its familiar comfort, may no longer be the safe choice many seniors assume it is. But if beer quietly chips away at your health over time, the next category of alcohol can do even more damage and far more quickly. 4. Cocktails and mixed drinks. A toxic mix of sugar and spirits. They're festive, they're colorful, they're often topped with fruit umbrellas or fancy straws. Cocktails are everywhere at birthdays, weddings, beach parties, and dinner outings. For many, they represent joy, celebration, and fun. But for seniors, cocktails and mixed drinks are one of the most dangerous alcoholic choices, and the reason isn't just the alcohol, it's the hidden ingredients and how easily their strength is disguised. Here's why mixed drinks are typically made with hard liquor, vodka, rum, gin, blended with sugary mixers like sodas, fruit juices, syrups, or liqueurs. On the surface, they may seem harmless, even refreshing, but in reality, they deliver a double-hit high alcohol content and high sugar load. That combination can be extremely hard for an aging body to handle. Just one cocktail can contain as much sugar as a slice of cake or more. And that spike in blood sugar can send your energy soaring briefly, only to crash soon after. For the nearly 50% of seniors who are pre-diabetic, this isn't just uncomfortable, it's risky. But that's not all. The real danger lies in how deceptive these drinks are. They're sweet, smooth, and masked, meaning you may not feel their strength until it's too late. That false sense of control makes overdrinking all too easy, especially in social settings where refills are encouraged and attention is scattered. For seniors, many of whom already experience some level of memory decline, reduced coordination, or complex medication routines, this can be a disastrous combination. Cocktails also often contain artificial flavors, coloring agents, and preservatives, which put additional strain on the liver, an organ that naturally slows with age. These additives can worsen acid reflux, provoke inflammatory responses, and contribute to headaches, skin flushing, and digestive upset. And let's not forget how these drinks can interact dangerously with medications. Seniors taking common prescriptions like antidepressants, sleep aid statins, or blood pressure meds may experience unpredictable effects from drowsiness and confusion to serious cardiac complications. The price you pay for that harmless mixed drink isn't just a slight hangover. It can include impaired balance and increased fall risk, irregular sleep for nights afterward, foggy memory and slowed reaction times, increased stress on your cardiovascular and nervous systems. Over time, the damage adds up. What began as a cheerful toast can turn into a quiet thief, robbing you of clarity, comfort, and long-term wellness. But here's the good news. Not all drinks are off-limits. If you enjoy the social and sensory pleasures of a good beverage, there are better ways, safer options that support your body while still letting you enjoy life. Let's turn the page and explore 4 alcohol alternatives for seniors that prioritize both health and enjoyment. Better alcohol choices for seniors. 1. Red wine in moderation. Heart-friendly and brain-boosting. Red wine has a history. It's not just a drink, it's a tradition, a ritual, and in many cultures, a symbol of elegance and vitality. For older adults, red wine in moderation may still offer benefits both in flavor and in health. But as with all things, the key lies not in the pour, but in the portion. Here's why red wine earns a place on the safe list when enjoyed wisely. Certain red wines, especially those rich in resveratrol, contain powerful polyphenols, natural antioxidants found in the skin of red grapes. These compounds have been linked to improved blood vessel function, reduced inflammation, better circulation, increased HDL good cholesterol, protection against oxidative stress that affects both the heart and brain. Some studies even suggest that modest red wine consumption may help defend against cognitive decline by crossing the blood-brain barrier and shielding brain tissue from oxidative damage. What's the sweet spot? A 5-ounce glass of red wine 2 to 3 times a week paired with food offers the most benefit with the least risk. Drinking it with meals, especially meals that include healthy fats or lean proteins, can help slow alcohol absorption, minimize gastric irritation, and provide a smoother metabolic response. It's also worth choosing low-sulfite organic red wines when possible. This reduces the chance of unpleasant side effects like headaches, flushing, stomach discomfort. These are especially common in aging bodies with heightened sensitivity to additives and preservatives. But even with all its upsides, red wine must be respected. Drink too much, and the same beverage that once soothed your heart can strain your liver, raise blood pressure, disrupt your sleep, and negate its own benefits. In short, red wine, when chosen and consumed with care, can be both a pleasure and a protection. It's not about indulgence, it's about intention. And if you love the flavor and ritual of wine, but want something even gentler on the body, the next alternative may surprise you. 2. Low ABV spritzers, the elegant dilution. There's a quiet beauty in simplicity. And for seniors who enjoy a drink but want to avoid overloading their system, the low ABV spritzer is the perfect companion. It offers refreshment sophistication and a lighter touch without sacrificing flavor or joy. So what is a spritzer? It's a beverage made by mixing a modest amount of wine, typically white or rosé, with sparkling water or soda water. This simple blend reduces the alcohol content by half or more, instantly transforming a regular drink into something much more senior-friendly. Here's what you gain: fewer calories, less alcohol, more hydration, gentler impact on the kidneys, liver, and brain. Spritzers still provide the aroma, the elegance, and the social satisfaction of a real drink, but without the harsh aftermath: no foggy brain, no headache, no disturbed sleep. As we age, our kidneys become more sensitive to dehydration, and even a single full-strength drink can contribute to electrolyte imbalance, poor sleep, and increased fatigue. A spritzer, on the other hand, offers a smoother experience, allowing you to stay present and enjoy the moment without sacrificing your well-being. You can also get creative with your spritzers. Add a slice of citrus or cucumber, toss in a few berries. Use herbal-infused sparkling water for an extra twist. In the end, it's about more than the drink itself. It's about how the drink makes you feel afterward, energized, connected, and clear-headed, rather than drained or regretful. We just explored the elegance of spritzers drinks that offer refreshment, celebration, and restraint. But what if your next favorite drink didn't just reduce risk, but actively improved how you feel? 3. Kombucha, a digestive tonic that does more than satisfy. Sometimes your body doesn't need words to speak. It tells you what it needs through fatigue, sluggish digestion, a heavy mood, or that uncomfortable bloating that won't quite go away. As we grow older, the gut, often overlooked, starts to wield surprising influence over how we feel, think, and function. And that's where kombucha comes in. Not just another trendy beverage, kombucha is a fermented tea drink crafted with live cultures, a modest amount of natural sugar, and a legacy rooted in ancient wellness practices. For seniors, it's not just a drink, it's a gentle ally offering healing from the inside out. Kombucha is naturally fizzy, which gives it that celebratory feeling, the same refreshing tickle you get from soda or sparkling wine, but without the sugar overload or artificial chemicals. That slight tanginess, it signals the presence of probiotics, B vitamins, and organic acids that help nurture your gut microbiome. Why does that matter? Because as we age, digestion slows down. Nutrient absorption becomes less efficient. Constipation and bloating become more common. Kombucha works not as a stimulant but as a restorative tonic, supporting the good bacteria in your gut. The bacteria that help you digest food, produce energy, and even regulate mood. For seniors who feel weighed down, kombucha can be a light lift, a way to feel more balanced, more at ease, and even more mentally clear. Its impact goes beyond digestion. It may support your immune system, help reduce inflammation, enhance focus and alertness, and contribute to emotional stability, especially when consumed regularly in alcohol-free or low-alcohol versions. Many seniors find themselves reaching for kombucha not out of habit, but out of desire. Not for the buzz, but for how it makes them feel refreshed, supported, and gently energized. And the ritual itself is worth celebrating. Pour it into a glass, watch the gentle bubbles rise, add a slice of lemon or a few crushed raspberries. Suddenly, you're not just drinking, you're participating in a moment of care and intention. In social settings, kombucha can be a perfect replacement for alcohol. It helps you stay present, alert, and proud of your choices. You're not missing out, you're redefining what joining in looks like. But what if there were a drink that went even further, one that could calm your nerves, support your mental clarity, and bring a sense of celebration, without a single drop of alcohol or sugar? The next option is more than a beverage. It's a statement, a toast to aging well with no compromises. 4. Mocktails with herbal adaptogens, social joy without the side effects. In a culture that often equates fun with intoxication, choosing a mocktail infused with herbal adaptogens is a quiet act of strength and self-respect. These aren't just fake cocktails. They're crafted experiences intentionally made to provide calm clarity and connection without the crashes, confusion, or medication risks. Let's break it down. Adaptogens are a special class of herbs and natural substances that help the body adapt to stress. Instead of dulling your senses like alcohol, they center you. They make you feel present, not disconnected. Some popular adaptogens include ashwagandha, helps regulate cortisol and reduce anxiety. Lemon balm, calms nerves and supports sleep. Holy basil, balances mood and boosts resilience. Ginger, supports digestion and circulation. Chamomile, soothes the nervous system and supports rest. For seniors dealing with anxiety, sleep disturbances, or medication-induced fatigue, these herbs offer a gentle, natural solution. Now imagine them in a sparkling drink. The scent of crushed mint rising from the glass. The warmth of ginger dancing on your tongue. The soft floral note of lavender calming your breath. This is more than flavored water. It's a sensory ritual. Every sip becomes a moment of intention, and you remain fully in control. No dizziness, no grogginess, no regrets. And the benefits are profound. No blood pressure spikes, no medication clashes, no hidden sugars, just pure nourishment in disguise. For seniors with chronic health conditions or complex prescriptions, this is a game changer. It means you can still raise a glass, share a moment, and feel part of the celebration without paying the hidden costs. It's not about isolation, it's about inclusion without compromise. When you choose drinks that support your health, you're not just changing what's in your glass, you're modeling a new kind of wellness. One rooted in wisdom, not restriction. One that says, I still enjoy life and I do it on my own terms. Aging well is a choice. One sip at a time. Every small choice adds up. And when those choices are made with clarity and self-respect, something powerful happens, your energy returns, your mind sharpens, and your body begins to respond. Swapping alcohol for a spritzer kombucha or herbal mocktail isn't about denying pleasure, it's about redefining it. After age 65, alcohol starts taking more than it gives. It strains your liver, disrupts your sleep, interferes with medications, clouds your judgment, and quietly erodes your long-term health. What once felt like comfort might now be the very thing weighing you down. But here's the beauty of this moment. You don't need to give up joy. You just need to choose the joys that still serve you. Every option we've explored, whether it's a glass of red wine with dinner, a sparkling spritzer on a sunny porch, a gut-friendly kombucha, or a mocktail infused with calming herbs, offers both connection and care. These are drinks that lift you up, not wear you down. They support your heart, your memory, your sleep, your spirit. They make you feel included without being impaired. Present, not hazy. Empowered, not numb. Aging well isn't about giving up, it's about evolving. And that evolution can be beautiful, graceful, even delicious. Because the truth is, the world will always tempt you with shortcuts, quick fixes, sugar-coated escapes, and habits you've outgrown. But when you resist those temptations and choose what truly supports you, you rebel against decline. You choose vitality over numbness, clarity over confusion, presence over escape. And the payoff? It's not just in your health stats, it's in how you feel each morning, how deeply you sleep, how steady you walk, how clearly you think, and how much you enjoy being fully alive. Raise a glass to the future. You're protecting. The wrong drinks take their toll slowly, a restless night here, a bit of forgetfulness there. But the right drinks, made with intention, care, and awareness, build you up. Every small swap is a big step toward clearer thinking, deeper rest, better balance, and stronger memory. So here's to you. You've earned the right to live these years fully clear-minded, strong, and deeply present. Raise a glass not to the past, but to the future you're creating. Because aging isn't the end of celebration, it's the beginning of celebrating differently and far more wisely. These lessons are meant to inspire, not restrict, to show that living well is not about missing out, but about rising up. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you'll carry forward into your life? Drop it in the comments below. Let's build this community of strength, choice, and intentional living together. If you found this video valuable, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, and tell me how I can improve. Your feedback is truly appreciated. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more tips on living a longer, stronger, more empowered life. Thank you for watching, and here's to living on your own terms.